Yeah, it's real loud up in here right now, man. But y'all see this map, right? Y'all see that? Regionals 2017 with the box, with the mat. I'm standing here with the #1 champion in Garden City, Pandemonium. Bam! Look at my man, dog. State your name, duelist.
Max Guy.
Well. Max Guy. You made it to the top, my boy. 8-1. Another king to crown. Mr. D after D salute you. Keep it moving, dog. Progression is what's next. Can't go nowhere but up, dog. Let's see you do it.
God, the #1 champion, dog. He went first place at the regionals, man. Hold the record.
X1.
X1? Give me the story about the X1.
Alright, so I'm playing with 15 cards in my extra deck, but I wrote 14 cards down, like I supposedly wrote 14 cards down on the deck list. So after round 3, the judge comes over and calls me to the side, tells me I have 14 cards on the list. So I'm like, I'm positive I wrote down 15. We go through the extra deck, found out that I forgot the Scarlight. So Scarlight, it was like, it's not vital, but there are times where Scarlight could just like snatch games for you.
Right.
So I ended up having to get a game 1 L for my next round, and the dude like, he blew me out the water. I went to set up my board and popped one of my Metaphone scales so that I could set a counter, so like, you know, I didn't know what he was playing.
Okay.
So next turn I could just like build up a board, use counter, banish it to reestablish scales.
Okay.
And he goes, special some speedroids, normal the tuner. And like I see he's gonna make a Trish play while I have Kieran on board, so I'm like, Kieran bounce the tuner back. Then he makes a Dante, runs over my Kieran, sets an anti-spell, passes turn, on my standby phase, activates anti-spell. And so I'm just like, well, shit's about to go south from here, but I already have the fusion set with 2 Metaphone monsters, so I activate it. Use my scale, blow up my Ori count to pop the anti-spell, and dude has strike set. I'm like, alright, bro, that's cool. Start forcing around a little bit, and later on during the game, I top deck Jowgen, but the turn prior to it, he sets a card, so I'm just like, please don't do strike. Summon Jowgen, pitch for a cost, it's a strike, and I just lost the game.
Damn, but that's the only L, though.
The only L.
That's the only L ball. So that just show you how bad a motherfucker he is. 1 card gave him a 1 round loss, and he still whooped ass in this motherfucker. He a bad motherfucker, man. All right, so what deck are we playing with?
Metaphone, Match Spectrum.
Metaphone. All right, so before we get started, what got you into Yu-Gi-Oh! What keeps you playing?
Watching the anime as a little kid, and then what keeps me playing is my friends. Like, if it wasn't for some of my friends in college, like, get me back into the game, I probably wouldn't have got back into the game. And then after that, I went to like a local card shop for the first time, topped my first time, so like, got the, you know, once you get competitive and then you like the competitive scene, then you keep going with it.
Okay.
And so that's how it happened.
My man G, dog, he did real good, man. All that hard work, he done earned it, man. World Championship qualifier, the regionals, got first place, man. Let me get this profile, baby. Let's get to it.
Alright, so for the Metaphone engine, 3 stealing.
Okay.
Basically standard. 3 silvers.
All right.
3 gold driver.
Okay.
3 volt flame.
Okay.
And then comes the Match Spectre list.
Alright.
Match Spectre engine. 3 raccoon and 1 Kieran. Then for the non-pendulums, 3 Gofu,
Okay.
1 Rescue Rabbit,
Alright.
and 3 Jowgen.
Okay.
Like, possibly the most busted cards in the deck. This card is like, there are times I want to cut it. There are times like, you only want to see it firsthand, and that's it. Like, other than that, like mid-game, this card, it doesn't do anything for you. Back to the pendulum part. 3 eccentric and 1 luster. Now for the spell cards, 1 Metal Force Fusion, 2 Painful Decision, 2 Pot of Desires.
That's smart. I like
1
that.
Upstart.
I like the 2 pots. That's smart.
Yeah, like it's a 40 card deck. I don't want to go over like 3 pots and then activate 1, draw 2 pots, and not just break.
You are one of the first duelists that I've ever heard say that, and I always said that if you're gonna play Desires, you gotta go over 40. And look what it got him, dog. It got him to win.
Oh,
You
like,
got the 3rd one though?
huh?
You got the 3rd one?
I had 5 pots and I sold 3 of them. Like I sold 3 of them, kept 2 for myself.
Yeah. He didn't even need an extra pot though. There wasn't no reason.
For the traps,
Let's get it.
3 counter. The card that got me like my win for the last round, 2 strike. a warning and an emptiness.
Right.
Sack.
Sick.
Now for the extra deck. The card that was supposed to be in the extra deck, but you know, fucked up with a deckless error. Then Nightmare Shark. Now this is like a tech that nobody's running. I decided to put in Nightmare Shark because I'm like, if I can't make Scarlight and somebody tries to make a board, like I was playing yesterday at locals, and this came up. And it came up earlier today. I was playing against a Blue Eyes guy, and he sets up a alternative. He sets up an alternative with 2 returns engraved, and I'm like, okay, I have to put in too much work to over this alternative. I just pendulum summoned 2 level 3s. It was a Raccoon and a Silver, and then I overlaid to this guy. And dude looks at his life points like, okay, next game. That was it. Break Sword came up a couple times, like popping my scale and popping their back row is really good.
Okay.
Never made this, but like I wish I could have if I had more level 4s to see. Never made.
Right.
Like yeah, most of these guys are situational. These guys, these synchros, like made almost every time. Every time I had Jowgen, he was there. Like Jowgen him, it's a wrap. This guy got me. It stole me a game against the mirror match. The dude misplayed, but after he misplayed, like I utilized it, and he had 2 counters in the graveyard and some scales in the extra deck. So I summoned Void Ogre that way he wouldn't be able to utilize his scales. But he top decked Geki, so he Geki'd, I negated the Geki, and he was able to go off, make the Ignister, but I still had the counter set, so once he popped my stuff and then shuffled the counter away, like I was able to get back into the game. Okay. Crystal Wing, Blue Eye, like every time I summoned this Blue Eyes lost. That was a route. Like as soon as this card hit the board, the person that was playing Blue Eyes know they lost the game, so they just scooped it up. Like, there was nothing else to go. This guy, like, I think I made him legitimately twice today. One was off of Luster, and the other one was off of a Gofu with Raccoon. But I made him like I think 3 or 4 times as the second summon for the Zulkin, because it's like I would Zulkin one monster. If they didn't kill the Zulkin, I set another card. Like if I had Jowgen on board, I'd pop the Jowgen, set another card, Zulkin Ignister, and Ignister try and clear back row. That way I could push for game.
Okay.
MVP of the deck, or like extra deck MVP.
That's the man.
See that? That's the go.
This guy, like, to be honest, I would run 2. I would cut this card, because, like, I think I summoned this card once, only for the fact that I wanted to wipe my board. Then I summoned him, that way I could pop him, so I could special the Gofu from my hand.
Okay.
So, like, that way I could extend more plays, but this really doesn't do anything. It's better to have, like, this guy and then any other card on the field that's under 2,500. That way I can just activate Fusion, send these 2, make him, and then just have the Horny Cow pop him back row. And so, like, that's it for the extra deck. And for the side deck. Standard, you know, everybody plays that. BA matchup. Pendulum matchup. Oh, this is must, like, I played against some dude, and I'm going game 3. He makes a board. I Flying See him, summon my Kieran, and bounce the Flying See back to my hand, and I just keep looping it. I'm just like Flying See Kieran, Flying See Kieran. Double MST, Geki, double Eclipse. I was gonna play Kaijus, but I decided on Eclipse for the mirror match in case like they open Jowgen, Kieran, or some way to like protect the Jowgen. That way I could just like book the Jowgen and play over it.
Okay.
Double Twin Twister for Demise, BA, like any deck that runs a lot of back row. And Typhoon for like the mirror match for scales, for BA when they have, well, any deck that has anti-spell. So, that's it.
Alright. Yeah, man. Can't lie, man. Congratulations on the success, man. You did a really good job, man. You went 8-1.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question. Even though you proved you one of the best up in here, win or lose with the deck that you got right now, what was the main goal to see out of your deck?
You mean like board-wise?
Board-wise, what was the main goal? What did you want out of it? Like to lock your opponent down? What
Just
was
seeing,
it?
seeing Jowgen and some protection for like if you open Jowgen Kieran or Jowgen Spark, you win. That's it.
Okay.
Like if they can't out the Jowgen Spark, because most of the time it's like normal summon punch. Okay, protect. You can't out it, no Farfa, no Book Eclipse, nothing. It's a wrap.
Alright. That's what it was, man. Hey, his strategy worked, man. It proved that he's one of the best. #1 man, World Championship qualifier. There we go, man. Mr. D after D with G, man.
Hey, yo, shout out to my Team Scoop.
Okay.
Shout out to my boy
Team Scoop. Scoop Rays.
Shout out to my boy Steven. I haven't seen
I
this
see you,
dude in a minute.
Steve. Okay.
My boys Jay and Alex, they probably in the car knocked out right now.
Bad Taco Bell.
Good reason why.
Yeah, so.
All right, dog.
Yeah.
All right, y'all take it easy, man. We out.